When I was pregnant, almost 9 months, the man I got married to would collapse. I don't know how they call kifafa in English.
Epilepsy.
Epilepsy. He had epilepsy. So the family knew, but they knew he could not marry. If they tell me the truth, I'll not sit there. But them themselves, they just wanted somebody who can sit with this boy, because his younger brother had married, but he himself was not. So I was there. But when he collapsed, I asked her mother, do these things happen? You have never seen somebody collapsing epilepsy in the whole of my life. I asked his mother, do this man collapse? What is this? He said, people are just jealousy because my son has married. People are just jealousy. They are just pushing things to destroy my son so that you can go. My daughter, please have patience. Because I just came there because of problems. I had no any other option. I never cared because I'm in that situation. There is nowhere I can go. But it came to a situation, even his mom who gave birth to her, when you call her, your son has collapsed. He said, go and look for him. It is not his burden.
Thank you so much once again for passing by my channel. If you're new here, we talk about women's health. We amplify their voices. My name is 𝗘𝗽𝗶𝗵𝗀𝗀𝗆, and today I want to introduce to you to a very, very special woman. From being married at a young age to a husband who was epileptic and who died from this condition, to later getting married to another person who hid his identity. He had another family, but he did not tell her, to now being raised up by a real mother who actually did not even act like a real mother. And now she's here with her children. She's supporting her children. Her strength has inspired me today. And so I also want her to share with you her story. Thank you so much, Stellah, for making time for us. Maybe I welcome you to introduce yourself to our viewers. Tell us your name, where you live, what you do, then you can get straight to your story.
Okay. I'm Stellah Lumbasi. I'm 32 years. I live in Dandora, but I'm born in Mumias East, in Western Province, Kakamega County. I'm a mother to 3 kids.
So how did you come to Nairobi? Was it after marriage?
After first marriage, it had failed. I find another spouse who brought me Nairobi. Nairobi, I've just been here for 2 years. I came here last 2023 March.
Yeah. So now, when you came, maybe you were with your husband. You said your husband died.
It's a long story. While I was in school, in high school in Form 3, I was impregnated by somebody who was jobless. But due to that first love, you feel you are just okay, even if things are not working, you are just okay. Then I was in Form 3 by then. Then my mom said, I'll not live with you here. Go and look for that man who impregnated you, get married. And my mom is not with my dad. They separated. So we've been raised by our dad. We were 2 kids. We were raised by our dad with stepmother. But while I was in standard 7, my dad became got cancer. So in that situation, we were just struggling, schooling. That time I was in class 6. Even if by the time I was doing from class 8, he was in Kenyatta when he had come for radiotherapy. So, but my father loved me so much. He told my mom, when my daughter finishes the exam, don't let her sit there. Look for her sister who is in Moroni in Kisumu side. Let her go and sit with her sister. She'll be okay. So I went there 2007. It was 2007. It was that when the schools reopened, when I want to join Form 1, I come back home. But there was post-election by then, so I could not manage to come back. There was a lot of chaos. So my sister offered, even my dad was not capable of taking me to Form 1. So my stepsister, not my real sister, he decided to join me, to take me to Form 1. I learned there only 1 year. That was to 8. And he said, people do help, but not all of them have that heart of helping. They just help because the situation forces them to help. He said, now your dad is back, go home, in Form 2, your daddy should take care of your school fees. But when my dad came back from Kenyatta, it was Term 3. I was told to call him to bring that fee of Term 3 because he's home and he's sick. I did it. My dad struggled. He sent the money of Term 3 and I learned. But when the term ended, she told me, next year, it will force your dad to take care of you. I said, it's okay. He said it was okay. I came back home. I was taken to school. But by that moment, cancer had eaten everything we had. My dad was just empty-handed. He sold a piece of land. Then he admitted me to Form 2. But that amount he paid on the day I was admitted is the amount remained until I vacated that school. I learned the whole of Form 2. The principal got tired and said, there is no need of chasing me home because he chases me. And I was so brave. He chases me. I come back. I don't have money. I sit at home like 1 week. So he came back. He said he will release me card. I'll be in school. I will learn, but I'll never get food in that school. I survived the one full year. Then in Form 3, Term 1, he called, my dad decided, because he was feeling that pitness, he called my mom and said...
So were you in boarding school?
Day school.
Oh, okay.
But sasa in day school, their lunch is being paid. We were only paying lunch. And that lunch I cannot afford. When you go back home, there is nothing you'll eat. You can sleep on an empty stomach. But I had that morale of going to school. He called my mom and said, I've tried my best, but I cannot. Please, my daughter will get married early. Come and take this daughter. If you have that capability, take her to school. My mom came, but my mom was... No, I was left like 2 years. I was still 2 years. On that long time, I knew my mom when I was 14. He never had interest. He never knew where we were. He never wanted to know. So when he was called, he knew now the fruits have ripened. She came. She picked me. When I got where she had married, she gave me one condition. I just want to sit with somebody who can learn. But if you know things of boyfriends, whatever, you'll not go to school at my compound. But unfortunately, I had a boyfriend by then. I was impregnated. On that, the date I came back going to my mom is the date I passed to my boyfriend before I reached my mom's place. I got impregnated. Then I got married immediately.
By the same man?
The same man who impregnated me.
Okay.
We struggled with life, jobless, but we were struggling. We struggled. I just became comfortable. I gave birth to my baby. I went there when pregnant. I gave birth to my baby. She was born 2012, firstborn, baby girl. I gave birth to her. I see just life continued. But when I get married to that family, there was something hidden that I never knew. Being a young girl, being somebody who does not understand herself, there is something that family that was going on I didn't know. When I was pregnant, almost 9 months, the man I got married to would collapse. I don't know how they call kifafa in English.
Epilepsy.
Epilepsy. He had epilepsy. So the family knew, but they knew he could not marry. If they tell me the truth, I'll not sit there. But themselves, they just wanted somebody who can sit with this boy. Because his younger brother had married, but he himself was not. So I was there. But when he collapsed, I asked her mother, do these things happen? You have never seen somebody collapsing epilepsy? The whole of my life. I asked his mother, Do this man collapse? What is this? He said, people are just jealousy because my son has married. People are just jealousy. They are just pushing things to destroy my son so that you can go. My daughter, please have patience. Because I just came there because of problems. I had no any other option. Because my dad, whom I expected I can sit with, he said he's not capable. My mom, when he knew I was pregnant, he said, never will I be seen at his place. I was there. I gave birth to another child. That was a boy. Gave birth to my second boy. That was on 2014. Now I was somebody who was, yani nilikuwa na bidii. We struggled, we survived. I could just feed the man. I never cared because I'm in that situation. There is nowhere I can go. But it came to a situation, even his mom who gave birth to her, when you call her, your son has collapsed. He said, go and look for him. It is not his burden. It's now my burden. So when I'm called, when he has gone to down the river, maybe digging, whatever, then he collapses there. When people comes and calls her mother, she say, go and tell her wife she's down there.
So now what happened? Is he well now?
No, he died.
He died when you were together?
Yeah.
What happened?
She collapsed while in the river. She liked digging, farming. So she was down there, she collapsed and died. When she died, it was like, hey, when I was called, I never went there in a hurry. I delayed. Those were the words were being said. I delayed to go and pick him. That's why he died. I'm not concerned. Now, nobody could provide even with food. It was you with your kids. But before he died, while I was there, it came in that county, Mama County, was taking back girls who had been impregnated while in school. He was taking them back to school.
So you went back?
I went back. I went back to school. But with that person, I have 2 kids. You should look for them. You have a sick person in the house. You should go to school. There is somebody who just connected me and it went through. I went back. That was in 2019. I went back to Form 3. I said, even if I go back to Form 4, things have evaporated from my head. I cannot manage. I went back to Form 3 in Kasema. I just want a new foundation. I started schooling. Corona, unfortunately, 2020, Corona came in Form 4. While I was in that place, I went to school while in that place. Though by that time I was school, there's a lot of words being said when this girl will be educated, she'll not live here. Somebody should go and stop that muradi to that girl. People were saying a lot, but the teacher in that school knew I'm focused and I know what I've gone to school to do. Even if you'll come to school and say what they'll tell you, with the students we have, Stellah knows why she's in this school. Corona came. That nini ya corona, that nini of corona is when that man died. When I'm in the house with my kids and him, he collapsed down there. So he collapsed near to the river, and that they call it sand, blocked his nose, and he died. We buried him with a lot of words. I said I was in school that time, although corona meant block, we are not in school. I said there is no way I'm going to sit here. I've been here, I've not been being supported. I've been here, I've been struggling alone with this man. Even if he's sick, his parents they care the less. I went and talked to my mother, whom said I should never. Those years I've been living in that place, I lived in that parent for good 8 years. I went to talk to my mother. I told my mother I'm in school. In that family, I'll not continue schooling while I'm there. Please, just allow me to be in your house. I should just be coming from here when I go to school and come back. Please. She said, you decided to leave me and go to get married that man. I told you could not hear. I took my babies, take to my father's place. I plead with my dad. I said, even if they lie on an empty stomach, let them be here. Because I know my mom will not take care of them. When Corona finished, I went back to school. We did our exam on March. It was 2020. March, we did our 2021 March, we did our KCSE. I was ambitiously with that potential. I just knew I'll get a C+. But due to what I went through, I just lost that C+ with 6 points. I got 40 points and it was 46 C+. But I really thank the Lord. So I went back to my father's place because I knew my mom, I cannot sit with her. I went back and take care of my kids. Now it was that I should come out and look for money because my kids are there, I'm jobless.
So now what happened?
I went out and looked for job. These are house jobs, mates. I've worked, but when you are there, my stepmother, you are working, but that money cannot help you. She's just after, hello, your babies are sick. Hello, in school they want this and this. Hello, your uniforms are. So I could send money daily. So you are working, no man. I said the thing I should do, I shall just look for somebody and get married because I can live here 20 years, but with no interest, with no.
So you got married again?
I got married again.
Wow.
But when I got married again, I thought it was the solution. It wasn't. It wasn't. You know, using a problem to solve a problem.
It's not right, yeah?
It's a big issue. I used a problem to solve a problem. I got a man I knew when we engaged. I knew he'll be a good man. He could even just come home, talk to my dad. But he never told me his truth. This man had a wife. She gave birth with her 4 children. Those children are at their mother's place. She has dumped them. When I went to that place, I tried to ask 1, 2, 3 about his life. I was told the story. When I asked him, he just coil around and said, it's okay. But I came to realize the real story. But when I knew the real story, I told her, when I get married to you, I told you I have 2 kids. I cannot live away with my kid, away from my kids. I told him. He said, oh, those children should. He came to Nairobi. By then, him coming to this Nairobi, I'm the one even who looked for the transport. He came because his brother is calling him. He had a job for him to do. So he came. By that time, I was pregnant of that kid. When he came, I called him. I told him, I want to come to your place. He said, there is no problem. Let me get money, then I'll send you the fare. I came. When I came to this place, I told him, I cannot live far away from my kids. Please, let me bring my kids to this place. The man told me, we will be helping them while at home. And for the time I've been here, he has never helped them. I came here on March. It is now December. I'm telling him, I want those children to come to this place. He said, no, we should help them while at home.
So what are you doing now?
I decided to look for money on my own. I sent that money home. I told my brother, take them to the bus station, let them board a vehicle and come to this place. I told him when my kids are already in town, I told them the babies are coming. And if that is the case that can separate me with you, I'm okay. Yeah, I'm okay. I brought my kids. Now it was time for taking them to school. It became a big issue. He told me, look at me well. You thought you'll bring them for me to feed them, to take them to school.
It is the man that is married, yeah?
Yeah. Me to take them to school. It is not possible in this my house. Utajipanga. He used that word. Ulifikiria umewaleta unitoanishe kuwalea, utajipanga.
So are you still together?
Yes, we are just still together, but he goes, he comes back. But I've learned to, I'm just feeling I'm comfortable because I myself, I know how to take care of my kids. And when you have God, so everything is possible.
Are you working?
I'm working with Climate Works. Hii kazi mtaani tu. I struggled. I come and called Asha, my friend Asha. I come and talk to her. She said, Mama Lori, never take those children home. We will look for the first girl is going in junior secondary. The second boy is in class 5.
Yeah.
Never take those children home. Sit with those children there. We will look for any way out for you to take your children to school. And we struggled. Asha struggled. I went to admit my children. To make the matter worse, I don't, yani siamini kitu ilitendeka. I don't believe what I saw and what I heard in that situation.
So
even him himself, he's not understanding me. He asked himself, how did I manage?
So Stella, thank you so much for sharing with us your story. And one thing, because I'm a mom, one thing I'm proud about is that you decided not to leave your children behind. So no matter what happens, you are with your children, and it can always get better. So I know you'll be able to get a better, stable work to do, and I'm so happy that your children are also in school. But I know somehow you'll get ways of sustaining. So I'll just maybe ask our viewers if there's anyone watching and in a position to help Stellah get a more stable job, or you know someone, you can share this with them so that she's able to get help and support her family.